Hey, everybody, welcome back. So thrilled all of you are joining me. I'm Dr. Pat, Robert Schoenfeld here. You're listening to one of the fabulous radio series we do with Robert, The Art of Powerful Living. And for more information, you can go to Robert's site, theartofpowerfulliving.com, and you can get a copy of his book, For the Love of Joy. As a matter of fact, Benny, right now, let's go ahead and give a copy of the book away. 1-800-930-2819. First caller, 1-800-930-2819. The other thing is if you got any questions, you want to come on air, or if you simply want to express your joy. If you're following us on Facebook Live, just type it in there. Love it. We'll get your comments up on air as well. Robert, you've really sculpted this into 5 key things that we can do to really unlock the door to joy. And I'm so thrilled that you're going to share those with us today.
Definitely. And like you say, Dr. Pat, it can be very simple. Don't complicate life. Let's keep it simple. So here are the 5 things that if you do this in the next couple of weeks, it'll make your new year be more fun, more successful, and just more dynamic. So number 1, clean up. And this can be the big picture of cleaning up, whether it's just a small thing like cleaning up a closet or cleaning the kitchen, deep cleaning. But what about cleaning up a relationship? What about that cousin that you haven't spoke to for forever, or your spouse that you have an argument with? Clean up so that you go into this year clean and fresh. If you do that, it'll make things so much easier, and you'll have a kind of an inner smile of accomplishment inside you. Number 2, plan an adventure. In fact, let's go bigger. Let's make your whole life an adventure. But if you could just plan a long-term adventure like a trip to Hawaii, and what you might want to do is put down, in an envelope, $10 every week towards that trip, or $100 every week, depending on what level of your abundance is. So that every week you can see that there's something that you're working for that you really, really want to do, so that by this time next year, you went to Hawaii, you had that great adventure. It could be Italy, it could be wherever you want to go, but really plan something that's fun, that's exciting for you. And then get involved in repairing the world. This is huge.
Yeah.
There are a lot of empty spots right now. Homelessness is a huge situation in our country. If you can work in a soup kitchen, maybe work with your city about planning how to help, homeless people. There are teenagers on the street, 14, 15-year-olds. This is not a wonderful way to live. So if we can do something to repair that. Another great program is Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Become a mentor. I did that for a while. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and I agree with you completely. As somebody that understands and has experienced homelessness firsthand in my teens, I will tell you that, it is important to be able to give back with our time,
Exactly.
Give back with our energy, give back.
Exactly.
But what you're talking about is, of course, the act of service. It's stewardship, isn't it?
It really is. And we all have a responsibility here, and we want to live in a country and a community that is healthy and prosperous, and this is all part of it. Again, there are challenges in life, and that's what they're here for, is for us to use our talents and our skills, and it doesn't have to be anything big. You can give to the food bank, you can volunteer somewhere. It's just something that really speaks to your heart and that does make a difference. That's all that's necessary.
Let's talk about creating things as we move into next year. I know you and I both, we listen to tapes. I listen to meditation, mantra, but there's an real expansive energy that is so important right now. And many folks, have said to me, Pat, I think you're like on another planet. We're not really feeling that. What are you talking about? Are you talking about this? And I'm saying, no, I'm talking about an energy that the world is calling forth. What would you say from your perspective in the art of powerful living? How do you describe that?
I would use one word: playfulness.
Okay.
Dr. Pat, we take ourselves too seriously in life, especially as adults. I heard once that a person was being interviewed and they asked, well, what do you do for fun? Well, I go to wine tastings. I mean, that's not fun.
Yeah.
Fun, my definition of fun is very easy. It's anything that brings a smile on your face, quickens your heart, and gets your lungs pounding with fresh air. So it can be dancing, it can be, creating something like a painting or writing a book, whatever it is that gets your adrenaline flowing and your enthusiasm going. We need to be playful again. We need to be young. Watch a 5-year-old, or better yet, get out on your knees and play with a 5-year-old. This is where the creative process comes from. It's just letting go. Another friend of mine, I was out with dinner the other night, and she's a wonderful artist, and she's got all the paints and easels and everything else, but she's intimidated. Her father was also a great artist, and so she's now not painting because she doesn't feel that she can get to the level of where her father was.
Mm.
So I just told her, go and play and don't show anybody. Just go and have fun with it. Again, Dr. Pat, we take ourselves sometimes way too seriously. We need to get out, smile, get that heart beating, get that enthusiasm going, get the excitement of life back into us. And turn off the TV. And life will unfold in itself.
Yeah, it's interesting about, new moons, but there are different new moons. This is really this marks many endings, right? There's an energy of marking many endings, but many endings means new beginnings, right?
Very much so.
Right? It's hard
Yeah.
to end something without something. I mean, it's impossible actually to end something without something new, by the very nature of it. Um, it calls for this time a moment of reflection, like you said earlier when we started the show, reflection and recalibration. And I love that part of this because we've come a long way and we're starting to see recalibration all over the world. We're starting to see it in our country right here. People are reflecting and they're recalibrating. And based on that recalibration, they're doing positive things in the world, right?
Very much
Um,
so.
and that's also part of what you're talking about for people to engage in.
Exactly. And Dr. Pat, over all these years, we've done so much work on ourselves
Yeah.
and really trying to move forward. And it's almost time to celebrate. And in fact, go ahead and celebrate now all the great things we've done. But what's happening is we need to have a clear vision that things are going to get better, and they are. Like I said before, there may be some bumps in the road coming this year and the next couple of years, as far as economically and politically. But I think it's so vital for us now to keep the vision of who we are, what is possible, and really what is our goal here. And we can become the captains of our ship. This is so important for us to have that clear goal and to hold that goal, that things are going to get better, that there is a divine plan here, and that we are masters, players in that divine plan. And again, we have a choice, Dr. Pat. Do we want to play small or do we
Yeah.
want to play big?
Well, I love that you said that. I learned something a number of years ago, of course, being the table tennis buff that I am I playing to win, Robert, or am I playing not to lose? Am I playing to win or am I playing not to lose? And you know what I'm talking about. There's this energy of playing not to lose. It's very different. And what's happening with me, what a great metaphor, too. I didn't know you were going to bring this up. Um, I play with these guys, right? And I've now had, Linda went with me last week. I've now had four of them. They don't talk to each other. Four of them say to me, you've got to play more aggressively.
Uh-huh.
You've got, and what they're saying is, and I think you're saying it as well, each of us have very special gifts. We're not bringing them to the forefront in the way they're being called. We're all different and all unique. Look at you. Look at that beautiful painting behind you right now. This is what you're bringing to the forefront. How can we help inspire folks listening to this to say, listen, it's okay to play to win. It's okay to get your paintbrushes out even if you don't know how to paint. It's
Exactly.
okay.
Exactly. It's playtime.
Yeah.
But let me also say that we don't all have to be a Martin Luther King.
No,
We
that's
don't
right.
all have to be a Gandhi. or Mother Teresa. You can be a mother of children and raising wonderful children. We don't have, playing big doesn't mean that you have to be on the world stage. You can be in your home stage where you are just raising the most fantastic, dynamic, intelligent, and loving and compassionate children and creative children. The homeschooling is getting so strong now, and I admire any parent that's doing homeschooling because they're putting their heart into this, and they're doing something wonderful to engender that into the next generation. And that is key. Dr. Pat, you and I were brought up in the 60s and 70s. We were very idealistic. We were going to change the world. We were going to bring more love and happiness and peace in this world. Well, we definitely had the right intention, but we can see that it hasn't been fruition yet. It's time now, and we've all heard the idea that this next generation is the starseed, that they have a whole new perspective on life and are almost enlightened just by their sense, although it might not look like it on the outside by some of their actions and everything. But we just need to help this next generation to really shine. And like we talked about, be a light to the world. If we can help this next generation in any way, that is really huge, huge for us.
Yeah, it is. And what we're really talking about for this next generation is looking at how to take these actions, but have this energy of positivity, energy of joy, energy. Even if things in the world are disturbing, we can choose how we move forward and how we react. Again, I want to let everybody know, if you want to find out more about Robert, go to theartofpowerfulliving.com. You'll see right there is his book, 30-Day Adventure, moving from stress, overwhelming, depression, anger, fear, any and all of that, how to move from there to more joy, more health, more life. His book is a real invitation to look at all of these things, not because there's somebody telling you to, but because you deserve more joy, more love, more health, more abundance, more life. And it's a great gift. If those of you out there are thinking, what am I going to give somebody for this holiday season? Think about a book that's called For the Love of Joy. Let's take a short break. When we come back, 1-800-930-2819. But we're going to talk about, let's go from where you are now. Let's put joy into action with Robert. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.